Now we're going to do Math Lesson 94. And this lesson uses estimation when we divide by two-digit numbers. In the past, we have done division by two-digit numbers, but they had a zero in the divisor. And we use that trick of the first digit of the divisor to be what we use to estimate if something would go into another number. And then we used regular two-digit numbers without a zero in them. And again, we used the first digit of the divisor as we decided how many times it would go into the number in the dividend. But this lesson, we're going to be having to estimate in order to know what would be that first digit of the divisor. And we're going to have to round off to the nearest 10 in order to find that number, and then we can use the trick again. So let's look at the practice set together now. Okay, now before we do our practice set, I just want to review our lesson together. Let's look at the first example I have there of 30 into 682. In past lessons, we did these problems because when we had a zero, we knew that we could do the trick of saying, well, how many times would that first digit, 3, go into 6? And we know that it would go into 6 two times. So probably 30 goes into 68 two times. So let's 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. Now, how many times do you think 3 goes into 8? Let's try 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. And we have a remainder of 22. Now, the next problem is what we did just the other day where we divided two digits into another number, but we don't have a zero in our divisor. We can still do the same trick. We can say, well, how many times would 3 go into 9? Well, 3 goes into 9 3 times, so 32 probably goes into 98 3 times. So let's try 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract. And we get 27. We know 32 cannot go into 27, so we put 0. And that is our remainder. Today's lesson is going to be a little bit different because we are going to divide a number like 19 into 59. Now, if we use the old trick of saying, well, the first digit is 1, let's see how many 1s are in 5, we would say 5. But look what happens when we multiply back. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 and 4 more makes 9. Whoops, way too big. And that's because we needed to estimate. Let's do it again using our estimation. See, 19 is almost 20 and 59 is almost 60. Well, 2 into 6 would be 3. So let's try that. 3 times 9 is 27. Carry your 2. That works perfectly with the remainder of 2. Okay, so now I want you to look with me at the practice set. I am going to erase all of these, and I'm just going to do a few of them with you, and then I want you to do the rest on your own. So let's start with A. And we're going to have to estimate in these. So let's look at A. A is 19 into 792. Okay, here we are. We have 19 into 79. 19 is almost 20 and 79 is almost 80. So if we said, well, 2 into 8 would be 4. Let's try that. 4 times 9 is 36. Put down your 6, carry your 3, and then we have 7, 3, whoops. Subtract, and we have 3, bring down our 2. How many times do you think 20, if we rounded 19 to 20, would go into 32? One time. 1 times 19 is 19. Subtract, and we'll have 13 as our remainder. Okay, I'm going to skip B because that's a pretty easy one, and I want to do some that are a little more challenging for you. Let's look at C. 29 into 121. Okay, 29 is almost 30, so let's estimate by using 3, the first digit, into 12. Well, we know that that would go 4 times, but we're going to put our 4 in the right place because we're dividing into 121. Multiply back. Okay, 4 times 9 is 36. Put down your 6, carry your 3. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. Subtract, and we have a remainder of 5. Now let's look at E. 48 into 829. 48 is almost 50, and 82 is close to 80. How many times do you think 5 would go into 8? Just one time. So let's multiply back. 48, subtract 4, 3, okay, and we'll bring down our 9. 48 into 349. Now 48 is almost 50, it's close to it, and 349 is close to 350. So let's think of 5 into 35, and that would be 7. So let's try 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Carry your 5. 7 times 4, and let's add that on, and we're going to get 33. Subtract, and we get a remainder of 13. Let's look at F. 29 into 1,210. Okay, see how we're estimating now to make it easier. We can still use our trick, but we have to estimate first. So 29 is almost 30. 3 can go into 12 4 times. So let's try 4, and we've got to put our 4 in the right place. 4 times 9, 36. Put down your 6. Carry your 3. 4 times 2 is 8, 10, 11. Subtract. Now, how many times do you think 30 would go into 50? Only one time. And we have a remainder of 21. Okay, let's look at G. I'm going to do a couple, I'm kind of skipping around to do the most difficult ones for you. Okay, let's look at G. 28 into 896. Okay, 28 is almost 30, and 89 is almost 90. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Okay, 3 times 8 is 24. 6, 7, 8. Subtract. 28 goes into 56. Well, we know it would probably only go, I think it could possibly 3 into almost 60. Let's try 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry your 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 makes 5. And it comes out perfectly. And then finally we have I. 39 into 1,200. 39 is almost, we're getting used to this. Estimate 39 is almost 40. So 4 into 12 would go 3 times. Put it in the right spot. 3 times 9 is 27. Carry your 2. 11. Subtract. 3. Bring down. 39 would not go into 30, so that would be 0. And you are going to have a remainder of 30. 30 with a remainder of 30. So there, that gets you started on the practice set, and now you can do the mixed practice together. To do the mixed practice, only odd numbers. I hope that was helpful.